Today we'd like to talk about the assessments within Career Cruising. Before we start, I definitely want to touch on how to log into Career Cruising again and make sure everyone has this information written down in their assignment notebook or student handbook. So to start, make sure we go to careercruising.com. You'll see the link here in green. And when you get to the username and password field, your username will be D230 hyphen and your 6-digit ID number. Your birth date with all 8 digits, no symbols in between, will be your password. And remember, upperclassmen, if you changed your password last year, that password is still in play. Right? So when you have time to get on the computer, any computer with an internet connection, we want you to get onto Career Cruising and we want to take a look at the assessments portion of the website. I would say this is the most important thing for you to do, or the first thing you want to attack when you first go on to Career Cruising. Within the assessments, we're going to go there right now, you will see that they have a Matchmaker and a My Skills section. The Matchmaker is actually a personality profile, so it asks you a bunch of questions, and depending on your answers, it will match you up with certain careers that match up with your interests. So be very honest when you go through the Matchmaker. It is quite lengthy. It'll probably take you roughly 15 to 25 minutes to complete all 3 sections of the Matchmaker. The first set of questions, everybody answers the same amount of questions, and based on your answers, then Section 2 and Section 3, the number of questions vary depending on how you answered that first section. For My Skills, it's very important that you are brutally honest there. Make sure that you understand, what you are really good at and things that you just don't know how to do yet. That will help to shape the results better for you. So going into Matchmaker and My Skills, I want to show you what this will look like. First, you'll have a screen. There will be no results here if you have not taken any in the past. If you have taken one in the past, you'll see a link to view the results from that past test. If we're starting new, we just want to go ahead and click Start New Matchmaker, and it gives you a brief explanation of how to answer every single question. So each question that's asked, it's going to ask you if you dislike it very much, you dislike, it does not matter to you, you like it, or you like very much. The one answer you do want to stay away from is the middle one. The yellow box here does not matter. The more we can stay with the dislike or the like, the better results we'll get in the end. So before we start, we definitely want to name the Matchmaker label. I like to put a date, that you had taken the test, or the year in school you are. So if you're a freshman, go ahead and type freshman. And then every year you take this assessment, you can see the differences between the years of freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, and how those careers changed and how those answers changed. So when we name it, you'll see that the first section is going to have 39 questions. You'll start off with the question up top here. The first question, how would you like a career, which includes, and here for number 1 is working with children. So here I would select likes very much, and it'll move me on to the second question. You'll see a progress bar up at the top, and you just work your way through all of the questions here. Once you get to the end, you will see an option where it lists all the careers that it has built for you so far, but then an option to go on to the second portion of the test. Now when you finish the first section of Matchmaker, you will see initial results. When you get to this screen, it will have career cluster recommendations right here based on your answers, and then it will go ahead and rank out the individual careers that best match up to your personality and how you answered those questions. So what you can see here is as you're scrolling down, it lists in order by strength of how that career matched up to your personality, and you can see the titles of those careers going all the way down. Typically anywhere from 30 to 40 careers will be listed here. I do caution you, after only one set of Career Matchmaker questions, the 39, this is not going to be what you want to look at. You definitely want to move on to the next couple sets of the Matchmaker test. All right, and what you can see here is that towards the bottom on the left-hand side, there is going to be a little progress bar, and you can see you're almost a third of the way there or a quarter of the way there, and there's going to be a blue tab that says answer more questions. You definitely want to fill in all of this progress bar with all 3 sets of questions, and after that you definitely want to take all 45 questions of my skills to give you the best results for this assessment. So before we go on, I just want to have you take a look here at the level of education tab. So here it's asking how far do you want to go after high school, or is high school the final straw for you? So we look at if high school is the last piece of your education puzzle, we're just going to keep that one check marked, and then we're going to take away the other 2, and when I update my results, you will see careers that only require a high school diploma. If you think you're going to go 2-year junior college or technical training, you click that, update your results, and then the careers will match here. And obviously if you think you're going to go through a 4-year school and get yourself a bachelor's degree, we can update the results and all of those careers will be listed here. So then the next step is you definitely want to answer more questions and finish all 116 questions that will be asked of you. Now that you've completed all 3 sections of the Career Matchmaker test, we ask you to go ahead and complete the 45 questions within the My Skills test. As you can see, I've already completed 44. I just wanted to show you the format of this test. It will have a question for you, so you can see our question here is caring for animals, and a brief description of what it's looking for on the bottom. If you feel like you are highly skilled in performing this task, you go ahead and click on this green box up at the right that you are highly skilled. There is a I am skilled, I have some skills, I don't have this skill, and I can't answer this. I would stay away from the I can't answer this unless that's truly the case. You just don't understand the question, or you've never really experienced that, or not even sure if you have that skill. But really try to stay up here within the colors. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this My Skills, and I'm going to put that I am skilled for caring for animals. And the last question is driving, and I'll go ahead and answer that. So once that is complete, you will see that a list of careers has now been generated based on my 116 questions for the Career Matchmaker and based on my skills assessment. You'll see a little grid here that shows a letter in a box, and that just tells you how good of a match based on your skills this particular career is. So, definitely looking for A's and B's here as we look through this list of careers that it has generated for me. So, based on my personality, it's ranked the careers in order. Then you'll see to the right, based on how I answered what my skills are, it tells you how good of a match that career is to you. So if I just look down this list, I will see train operator is quite high on a career that matches my personality, and that it is a pretty good match, regarding my skills. So if I want to learn more about this career and see if it's something that I want to get into, all you have to do is just click this career title. You'll see a brief description right underneath, but we'll get a whole ton of information once we click the title. So as you see up top here, you'll see train operator, and then you'll see links towards the left-hand side, just like in the old website. The first thing is suitable for you. It just explains to you why it has been chosen for you based on questions that you answered and skills that you said you had. So then if we move on from there to job description, it'll give you a detailed job description, exactly what this train operator is all about. And what I really like here is that I can view an interview with Phil, who is currently a train operator. So he can tell you his likes, his dislikes, his experiences within that job. You also have a female interview, and if you look over to the left on photos and interviews, you'll see a photo file, you'll see Phil's profile and interview, and then you'll see a profile and interview for Sophie. So the first thing you definitely want to do when you look into a new career is read this job description entirely to make sure you feel comfortable with the contents and it is a career that you want to continue to research. The next tab describes working conditions. Do you work inside, outside, mornings, nights? Is it dangerous? Is there a lot of physical activity? Is there not? So on and so forth. Probably one of the most popular tabs that the kids will click on is earnings, and you'll see here this will tell you how much money you make, definitely at an entry wage, a median wage, and then an experience wage as you move up the ladder in that profession. It will base it all on Illinois wages, but if you come towards the bottom here, you can select a different state if you were planning to move out of state or to work in a different state in the future. The education tab I'm going to skip for now just because that is the most important one and it has a lot of information that applies to our students. So we're going to go over and we're going to cover that one last. The sample career path is nice. It will tell you where you usually start out in the career, how much money you make, what kind of requirements you need, and as you move up the ladder in that career, what certain job titles you will hold and how much money you make and the requirements and responsibilities. If you're reading this job or this career that you've gone into and you're just thinking, it sounds okay, but it's just really not for me. I like some of the aspects, but some of them I can't handle. Definitely click on related careers and you can see some careers that are closely related. You can click on any of these and start to learn more about that career. Maybe it's a career that is very similar, but is just better suited for you. And then lastly, you'll see other resources, just other websites that you can go to for more information regarding this career. So let's go back to the education tab. Like I said, this is the most important. I think this is the one you're going to get the most information out of as a high school student. First and foremost, it tells you exactly how much education and training you need for this career, whether you need just to finish high school, go to a 2-year or technical school, or go on to a 4-year or even more. Then what you'll see is towards the bottom, all right, it does give you a sample program of study. This is especially nice for our freshmen and sophomores where you can see the classes they absolutely recommend you take to be prepared for this career in the future, to be prepared for your post-secondary education options. So this will be nice for you if you really do find a career to look at this program of study and find out what classes you want to take here at Stagg High School. And last but not least, probably the coolest link on Career Cruising is going to be your related college programs. And all you have to do is within a specified career, you click on related college programs and it will take you to all of the schools or all of the post-secondary options you have to be able to get into this career. So as you can see, this is a pretty specialized career. So there are a few technical and community colleges that offer these programs. They will be listed here, and also you'll see the location of those schools. So it always defaults to Illinois. If there are no schools in Illinois that offer that major, it will show you all of the other results. If I were interested in any of these schools to attend because this is the career I want to go into, all I have to do is click on that school and find out more information about it with these links on the left-hand side, just like I had done with the careers. And in a later presentation, we will go through all of the links for the colleges so that you can see how Career Cruising definitely helps you find careers and find the colleges that have those majors. Thank you.